Welcome to a championship edition of Softball 360. It's the finals of the Stadium Power Tour. Which long-haul bomber will earn the right to be known as the greatest home run hitter in the land? Later, reporter Lisa Wilson has highlights from sunny Panama City Beach, Florida, and the Worth WSL North American Championships. The ASA, the governing board of softball, presents the ASA Super Nationals as elite teams from across the nation meet to determine a national champion in St. Paul. Batter up! It's time to crown some champs. Softball 360 starts right now. This is the only show dedicated to the sport of softball.
Welcome to Softball 360, everybody. I'm your host, Timmy Layton, of America's biggest and best softball TV show. It's been an amazing season, so now's the time where we rewind, review, and recap.
It's softball night in San Diego, the perfect place for the season opener, as thousands of young softballers come together in Petco Park. Defending champ Kevin Flip Philby got the season off to a bang zoom.
Yes, sir, he did.
The Sluggers picked up where they left off, one after another, leaving the yard. Cincinnati's Great American Ballpark hosted round 2 and fireworks night, and it was a rare three-way tie as DeMarini's Chris Larson, Mikan's Flip Philby, and Easton's Brian Wegman all finished the night in a knot. A massive crowd greeted the Bombers in Texas at the Rangers ballpark in Arlington. Brett the Hitman Helmer had the right swing and Easton bat to get the job done. Reebok's Dustin D-Rock Roberts grew up in the Lone Star State and showed his family and friends show bombs and more. Look out in left field because Power Tour rookie Scott Kirby and his sweet swing were ready to fire. And on the money ball, ka-ching! Take it to the bank. Curbs wins that show with 11 big points. At Turner Field in Atlanta, Denny Crine was the special guest on the pregame show. Later, Crine led off and never looked back with some massive blasts and 12 big points as he set an awfully mighty mark.
The way these other teams have been hitting, it's one of the most competitive years we've had so far, so we have to go out and just absolutely kill it.
At the big showdown in Motown, Detroit's Comerica Park, Tigers manager Jim Leyland just had to check out the Bombers and their bats. Taking a crack at Comerica, Donovan Devo Pokraka turned in some massive blasts. The Bombers headed to Houston to put the squeeze on Minute Maid Park. All of a sudden, Chris Larson and Devo Pokraka poured it on, and the hits kept going and going and going, leaving the park, heading to Galveston Bay as they took the roof off the juice box.
I mean, I got lucky enough to get one all the way up out of here. Goosebumps. I had to take a minute, kind of reset, because that was pretty cool.
One of the more popular stops on tour is Safeco Field in Seattle. Team Easton started to pull ahead in the race for the Manufacturers Cup as Brett Helmer and co. put on a big show for the Mariners fans. It was both long-haul trucking and fireworks night at Target Field in Minneapolis. But before the post-game show started, some on-field explosions as Chris Larson got it right with some sizzling upper deck blasts. After a season of swinging for the fences, it comes down to this. Here are the top 6 long-haul Bombers who get to partake in the Stadium Power Tour Finals.
We have more action coming your way right here on Softball 360, so stay tuned.
When Softball 360 returns, Lisa Wilson is standing by in Panama City Beach, Florida, and has the latest news from the WSL Worth North American Championships. Get ready for some super show bombs as the world's greatest home run hitters battle at the Stadium Power Tour Finals. And we'll head to the ASA Super Nationals in St. Paul, Minnesota, as the ASA prepares to crown a national champion in softball. Before the game, a special ceremony with Natalie Nice and Dan Pfeffer to honor the late great Old Scout, Gordy Hagel. Gordy passed away last year, but his impact on the game of softball remains strong. Rest easy, Old Scout.
Softball 360 is brought to you by Easton Sports. There is a difference, and the difference is Easton. By Miken Sports. Elite equipment for the elite player. Miken Sports. By BPathletics.com. When you want the best in quality, service, and price, log on to BPathletics.com. And by SoftballCenter.com, the site for major softball news.